What is going on, everybody? Hope you all have a wonderful day so far. It is your man Z coming back at you with episode 2 here on the VoidCraft server. Now, it's been a couple weeks since I've gotten a video out on this server for you guys, so I thought, hey, why not get a recording out for you guys so that you can enjoy more content here on the VoidCraft. So, last video, I believe we talked about making a castle for our home base and everything like that, but after some contemplations, I have actually decided to change my mind on that, and I have decided instead we are going to build more of like a quote-unquote dark forest, like evil vibes and like run down houses, buildings, like maybe even go for like even a magical essence to some extent. I mean, if you guys don't know, my skin is technically I am technically a like wizard warlock kind of thing, so I mean, I guess it would be more of a better idea to, you know, go ahead and just kind of, you know, go with that theme instead. Kind of broadening my building styles and whatnot, so it's definitely going to be a bit of a challenge, but I think it's going to be really good. But to start off camera, I did do a lot of work. I actually did start building a wall. It stretched out from like all the way over there, all across here to like over there. It took me hours to build that, and I came up with the idea for the forest, and I was like, well, just gonna scrap that. You know, we can use those materials for something else. Down there, I actually had a couple villagers that I had revived from being zombie villagers and everything like that. But going back to my point, to start off with this magical forest kind of thing, behind us we have our home tree. Now, I will tell you now, I am not good building trees. This probably looks like crap compared to a good majority of what other people have built in the past, but for some reason, trees and they just don't work. But yeah, this is my home technically, and if we actually head down here, I use the trapdoor mechanics so that we can actually go down to one block. But we have our home here. We have signs labeling that what we have. I need more blue dye to label these so that they stick out a little better. And up here, I decided to use scaffolding just for now until I figure out a better way to go about that. But we have our bed here. We have more chests, storage, everything like that. We actually have hanging lanterns and everything like that. It's not too fancy. Probably off camera, or maybe even in some other episodes, we will kind of make this better looking and everything like that. But we're gonna head back outside, and we're gonna dive right into what is planned for this episode. Now, since I wanted to go with more of like a dark, like a forest themed, these regular Minecraft trees, they just aren't really, what's the word I'm trying to think of, like realistic. So what I'm deciding to do is chop down a good section of the forest and then replant. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have a good chunk of like just the normal Minecraft trees, just because, you know, they aren't that bad, especially these dark roofed or the dark oak trees, just because they do cover a good section of like the canopy and whatnot. So we're gonna utilize those. But as well, how I have it envisioned is that like on the outside, like over by where those houses are, those eventually will be gone. Eventually those will just have normal trees and whatnot. Then as we come closer to our home tree here, more unique special trees, I will build those up and just kind of make like a, I guess you could call it like a slanted canopy in a sense, just so like we are blocking out enough like natural sunlight from the canopy of the trees, and gives it like a dark evil essence. So what we're going to do is go ahead and actually chop down this section of the forest and probably dig out a little bit in here as well. probably get rid of these ones as well. Get rid of these trees, and then maybe I'll build a few trees just to surround our home tree. So we're actually going to go into a time lapse for that, so I will see you guys at the end of that. So, oh god, that is really... Ow. Wow, that really hurt my ears. I'm not expecting it to be that loud. But, anyways, so since my axe broke, I had to quickly go ahead and make a new one. But we need 30 levels to re-enchant it, so I'm just gonna go ahead, quickly gather up some experience. Then I will see you guys when we get to enchanting. And now we're here to enchant our diamond axe. 54 Unbreaking 3 Silk Touch. You know what? I'll take that. Silk Touch not as much, but you know, it gets the job done. And I actually was going to enchant the diamond pickaxe to see if we would get fortune, but thanks to Hirsute, which I believe is pronounced, he's actually got a bookshop right down there, so I just bought a fortune book off of him. And my game is really laggy right now. But yeah, I will be right back once we get back to base. Okay, now that we're back at our base, we're going to go ahead and actually get started on getting some of these trees built. I should have said this before I had actually mentioned the time lapse, but that time lapse that I did, I actually used a camera account, and I apologize if the angles or shots on that were kind of iffy, or even bad, but like that's actually the first time I've actually ever used the camera account to actually record for a video. So let me know if you guys actually like that or not. Just because on my end it was kind of iffy. It was actually kind of hard to use the camera account while basically running two different Minecraft accounts on a computer. So it usually most people know that it's not exactly the easiest thing in the world to do. So like I said, I apologize if that was just bad overall. But we actually have some dark oak wood that I want to get started on using for our trees. Now I don't want to go as big as this but we're going to be using something slightly bigger than what we see for like the regular dark oaks. Still want to kind of maintain the dark oak shape as well. That's what I tried doing for this tree here, and I mean, for the most part, I think that it has maintained that sort of shape if you were to compare it. So well, like I said, this isn't exactly the greatest build ever, but I'm kind of proud of it just because, you know, it's held up to the expectation compared from that to that. But anyways, enough rambling. We're going to go ahead and get started on building. So we kind of want to maintain that shape as well. Not as big as I mentioned, so we're just going to start off with a bit of a base, and my headset's about to die. That's lovely. And then we're going to go ahead, put some roots out. And there we go. Now that we have some roots, we're going to start working on a base. Bigger trees like that, I'm not so great at. But when it comes to smaller grade, I believe that I do a lot better when it comes to building, just because I'm going to run and get some dirt real quick. Just because you don't really have to worry as much for like the form, quote unquote, for lack of better terms, for building the trees, and it's a lot easier, if you ask me, just for that part. And we need, just for now, we need to light up this area because I did go ahead and deforest a little bit after I had stopped that time lapse because of my axe breaking. I didn't really chop more down, but probably off camera I'll do a little bit more work on that, just so we are able to get more trees up and whatnot, populating the area. Okay, so now that we have what we need, gonna put some dirt down, and I think that shape will be okay, and we'll go about 5 high, I want to say. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Oh, and another thing, I actually built this pig pen because I originally relocated the pig pen to over here, built them. We'll take a look at it real quick. I had relocated it just because I was building the wall along here, and the pig pen was in the way, so I moved it up here. It's a nice little build, nothing too spectacular. Added some bushes, lanterns, like flower pot thing, patch, trove, whatever you want to call it. I don't know, but I like it. It's not too eye-catching or anything like that, but you know, it gets the job done. It holds our pigs, so can't be picky. But alright, we went 3, then 5. That should be about the right height. So what we want to do now is go ahead around. We'll probably build it out like that, just so it has a bit more of a shape to it. Something like that. And we'll go 2 high. Okay. And then we want to kind of mimic the branches, the branching out and everything like that. So we will, let's move down here real quick, just see what this looks like. Get rid of dirt. There we go. You know, that's just a rather simple stump. We'll probably change it up kind of like what we did over here with that. We'll take that down. Put that in there. I'll probably just do some shaping off camera or whatever, but we want to do the branches. That's what we were working on. I get sidetracked a lot. I apologize. I think I have like some form of like ADHD or something. It really kind of bugs me sometimes how I get so sidetracked, because I don't really intend to. It just kind of happens though. So we'll go only like a couple branches. We'll probably just work on that in a second. 3, build that out like that. Then we'll go off of this. Bam, there we go. Probably another set right about there. There, that works for me. So now that we have that established, we can go ahead and now put our leaves down the way that I would like them to be. Usually when I'm trying to build trees, I go about 2 out from the base block there, so we get like basically like a 5 by 5 patch, and then to make it less square, we add like a couple leaves over here and a couple leaves over there and that kind of thing, just so it breaks up that square shape that you would normally get with like these trees over here, like in the trees of Minecraft. So we're gonna go ahead and put those down, and then so far it's looking okay. I think at least we need to bulk that out a tad bit. Yeah, I'm just gonna probably build this one on camera, and then off camera I'll build a few more and whatnot. Well, once again, we want to try to keep like how normal trees are. They're not particularly the same shape all around, so we kind of want to make the trees unique in their own way. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and decided to put all the leaves on the bottom and finish off this top half off camera, just so it's not just me placing down a bunch of leaves for content. That just seems really boring. So I went ahead and finished. I added a little bit of logs to make the tree look a little more realistic. Overall, I think it looks pretty okay. I mean, could probably use a little bit more work. Take that off there. Put that there. That just matches up too much. So remove that block. There we go. Now it looks a little bit better. Not too much though. But I'm just gonna go ahead and put a whole bunch more trees like this off camera and around here. Probably take down more trees over here and whatnot, and get that all out of the way for next episode. And speaking of that, we will probably end this episode here. If you guys did enjoy this episode of VoidCraft episode 2, please make sure to hit that like button down below. And if you're new, just checking out the channel, why not hit that subscribe button as well. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.